Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's head outside, take a look outside our weather window. And boy, as advertised, big weather changes moved in on our Friday. This is Lake Wenatchee. And for the past couple of weeks, you couldn't even see Lake Wenatchee, and the air really improved today. Rain showers moved in, and beautiful shot. You can also see Kaler Glen Golf Course there at the bottom of your screen. And as we take a look at our 7-day forecast, very consistent temperatures and a good chance for showers, maybe in the morning tomorrow, and then some sun, frost possibly on Sunday, and then a good chance for rain showers Monday right through Wednesday. And we'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. East Wenatchee Police this week put out a call for the public's help identifying the vehicle of a car prowl suspect, and the public came through. A Chelan County father's lawsuit can proceed against the State Department of Children, Youth, and Families. And if you're a registered voter and haven't gotten your ballot yet, it should be on its way. But first, our top story tonight, a 53-year-old woman was killed in a house fire Thursday night outside Moses Lake that also hospitalized a man with serious injuries. The fire, about 7:35 p.m., was at a duplex in the 8900 block of Craw Lane in the Larson community. Grant County Sheriff's Deputy Kyle Foreman said when fire crews arrived, one half of the duplex was fully engulfed and they were unable to rescue Rosalind Dickinson. An unidentified 56-year-old man in the home was taken to Samaritan Hospital to be treated for smoke and heat inhalation. Firefighters found Dickinson's body about 10:45 p.m. The Grant County Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire, but Foreman said no foul play is suspected. Meanwhile, East Wenatchee Police this week put out a call for the public's help identifying the vehicle of a car prowl suspect, and the public came through. A social media post Wednesday by the East Wenatchee Police Department showed 3 different photos of a white Dodge Ram extended cab pickup they said was involved in a car prowl in which power tools were stolen at Eastmont Lanes. Yesterday, police reported that thanks to help from the public, the suspect was located, the stolen power tools recovered, and charges now being forwarded to the prosecutor. Well, a Chelan County father's lawsuit can proceed against the State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, alleging the agency failed to protect 2-year-old Rustin Atkerson from fatal injuries while in his mother's care. The child died in East Wenatchee in 2017 from massive brain trauma. Police never proved who harmed the boy, but he had previously suffered injuries consistent with abuse and was the subject of a Child Protective Services investigation at the time. DCYF sought to dismiss the case, but Judge Kristen Ferreira ruled today in favor of Rustin's father, Ian Atkerson, saying the allegations should go to trial to be heard by a jury.
So what we've got here is a situation where there were several calls to CPS over the course of several weeks regarding concerning bruising, abnormal bruising, and broken limbs, that there was not sufficient information at the time to have determined who was causing it, but that it was happening in the care of one of the parents. I understand Mr. Atkerson's argument to say CPS should have removed Rustin from both of their care, which is often what will happen, especially when we have a family law case where it isn't clear what's happened, but we know that there's a child that's being harmed. So I am finding that there are genuine issues of material fact that prevent summary judgment dismissal based on the state's motion. So I'm denying summary judgment dismissal.
Well, if you're a registered voter and haven't gotten your ballot yet, it should be on its way. Local auditors, including Skip Moore of Chelan County, announced today that they've mailed all ballots for the election period, which ends November 8th. State, local, and federal races are all in play this election season, along with bond issues that fund local schools. Ballots must be postmarked or placed in an official ballot in a ballot drop box by 8 p.m. Tuesday, November 8th, in order to be counted in the general election. Well, when we come back, a number of DUI suspects in Chelan County are waiting to hear whether breathalyzer evidence in their arrests will be thrown out. County officials say the introduction of drug-sniffing canine Kate into the Chelan County Jail has significantly reduced the amount of illegal drugs getting into that facility. A pilot program to study salmon spawning with aerial drones has proved about twice as effective as studying them on foot or from a boat. And the intersection of 9th Street and Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee will be fully closed beginning Monday as work continues on the installation of traffic lights. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Fellow Chelan County residents, this is Sean Smith. As a local business owner, I understand the increasing challenges of survival. And as a father of 4, I understand the need for a safe environment for our families. As a lifetime resident, I am seeing changes that are not productive or safe. As your next county commissioner, I will work diligently to make sure things get better. County commissioners face a lot more than just community development, and you must be prepared to work on all levels of county government. I am ready, willing, and capable, and would ask for your vote.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Hello, my name is Alan Blackman, and I am running for Chelan County District Court Judge. It has been my honor to serve you as a prosecutor and public servant. I have worked hard to keep our communities safe. I have the knowledge and courage, but also the compassion and integrity to address mental health and substance abuse in our local courts. Please vote for the most experienced. Vote for balance, compassion, and integrity. Vote Blackman for Judge.
Welcome back. In another news, a number of DUI suspects in Chelan County are waiting to hear whether breathalyzer evidence in their arrests will be thrown out. District Court Judge Roy Four and Kyle Mott heard arguments yesterday on the accuracy of the machines used by police to measure a driver's blood alcohol level. A Kitsap County court ruled in June that breathalyzers throughout Washington were wrongly calibrated, rendering their findings useless in prosecuting drunken driving arrests. Local attorneys led by John Brangwin want the county court to adopt the Kitsap finding and suppress breath evidence in local cases as well. Any ruling would affect only about 26 DUI defendants initially, but could have ripple effects for other previous DUI convictions. County officials say the introduction of drug-sniffing canine Kate into the Chelan County Jail has significantly reduced the amount of illegal drugs getting into the facility. But with increased use of the especially dangerous drug fentanyl, Kate faced a new challenge. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz met with handler Deputy Jacob Lewis to talk about Kate's latest skill.
We actually had about roughly 2 to 3 grams of powdered fentanyl. It wasn't even the pill form that was concealed underneath some stickers that were applied to the letter. So I was able to find it because feeling it didn't feel right, peeled back the sticker, and sure enough, there it was. We debated for pretty much the last 6 months as the fentanyl issue started to increase in the community. We're doing cell searches. We know that there's baseline stuff going on. We knew that there was an issue, and it just kind of felt like our searches were in vain just because everything that's going on in the streets and the information that our jail population is providing us is that everything out there is nothing but fentanyl. And then when this stuff came in through the mail, it just decided we need to do that. So I worked with our counterpart out of Pierce County. She had started training her dog on fentanyl as well. However, she found a safe alternative. Basically, it's an odor only that they have created with like a rubber membrane with FDA and DEA certified fentanyl. So they soak it in the odor and then they ship it out, allow trainers to train their dogs. So I spent about 2.5 months training her on this odor only items. We did have some blue pills that came in through the facility that we were able to confiscate. And so we were testing her on the actual stuff, and she's been fantastic in locating those items. Our state training that we had earlier this year, we had the opportunity to work with some handlers that brought live fentanyl. So they set that out to test some dogs that had been training on that, and she was one that excelled at it. So I carry Narcan on her, or on myself for her. I also have additional doses that I carry for myself. And then we actually have Narcan spread out through the facility at each unit. So we have Narcan available for her. And then we have our vet on call in case she does come in contact with that substance. So my goal is obviously her safety is number one. But if she does, we'll administer the Narcan, get her stable, and then I'll get her to a vet as soon as possible.
A reminder tonight as we head to break, the intersection of 9th Street and Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee will be fully closed beginning Monday as work continues on the installation of traffic lights. The intersection is being converted from a four-way stop to a regulated traffic signal. The closure is expected to last until November 4th. The $1.8 million project also includes repaving and widening the sidewalks on 9th Street from the intersection to Sunset Highway. Signs will direct motorists to a detour route using Baker Avenue. Construction is expected to be completed by the end of November, with the traffic poles to be installed next spring. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
I'm Kim Schreier, and I approve this message.
Over 500,000 veterans call Washington State home, and many depend on the VA for their health care. But Matt Larkin told voters he wants to defund the VA completely. And if Larkin gets his way, that means veterans' hospitals would close down. Vets would be forced to pay more for prescriptions, and millions would lose the benefits they've earned. Matt Larkin, reckless, dangerous, totally out of touch.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. All this week, NCWLIFE has been bringing you interviews with the candidates for Chelan County Sheriff. Starting Sunday at 8 a.m., we'll take a look at the county's other high-profile race, the campaign for County Commissioner. Leavenworth City Council member Ann Hesberg and Cashmere restaurant owner Sean Smith are both running for that open seat. You'll be able to catch those interviews right here on the NCWLIFE channel through October 29th. Here's a sneak peek.
I was raised in Wenatchee, and I've lived in Leavenworth for about 15 years. Service has been a part of who I am since I was young. I was brought up that way through the Great example brought on by my parents when I was being raised. And I have really enjoyed being a part of serving residents of Chelan County in lots of different areas, be it on nonprofit boards or through the Planning Commission at the City of Leavenworth, and now on the City Council in Leavenworth. And I really enjoy that type of public service.
And you've served on the City Council in Leavenworth for about how long now?
This is my third year of my term.
Okay, very good. And previous to that, I think you were also serving on some of the commissions that serve the city as well.
Yes, I've been on a couple of different committees. I was on the Residential Advisory Committee for a little over 10 years, in addition to being on the Planning Commission. And the City Council has several different committees that council members are a part of, as well as some other subcommittees that are appointed by the mayor, and I've been involved in several of those as well.
I'm from Kashmir. I've been here for about 48 years now. My parents moved here accidentally when the car broke down on Blewett Pass, and Kashmir is the place that they stopped to get it repaired, and we never left. I graduated Kashmir High School in 1989 and went off to Northwest Nazarene University down in Idaho and met a phenomenal woman down there that ended up becoming my wife, and brought her back to the Valley in '95. And was able to start our own business in 1997 here in Wenatchee. And it's the Walkabout Grill. It's been there for 27 years now. And we're going on our 8th year up in Leavenworth with the second location. So we're very connected to this valley and very concerned about the health of the valley and the economic health of the valley. And that keeps us here.
Time to take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday. Boy, it was nice to breathe clean air out there today, but we talked about colder weather, and it did move in from the northwest overnight and this morning, right where we should be for this time of year, though. We've been so warm that it seemed cool out there. 57, 71 is our record high set back in 1972. We didn't warm up all that much. In fact, that 57 was recorded at 1:30 this morning, and we've stayed at about 55 throughout the day. 39 is our normal low, and 27 our record low temperature set in 1984. 7:28 sunrise, and the sun sets tonight at 6:02. Taking a look at what we can expect tonight, here's the storm system that moved through. It's an area of low pressure, lots of wind shearing down the backside of that high pressure ridge. Scattered showers still a possibility tonight, with low temperatures mainly around 40. Morning showers for Saturday, giving way to mostly sunny skies, I think, in the afternoon. It's going to stay on the cool side, about where we should be for this time of year, mid-50s. On Sunday, it's going to get cold overnight and early Sunday. Might see some frost. Partly cloudy skies by afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-50s once again. And then this next system comes barreling down on Monday, bringing lots of wind. A good chance for rain, especially in our morning hours. Check this out. The entire state, maybe even some scattered snow, some breaks in that by afternoon. High temperatures on Monday in the lower 50s. For Tuesday, cloudy skies, not so much rain showers during the day, but as we make our way through the day, we're going to see a good chance of late night rain. Low temperatures, or high temperatures rather, on Tuesday, only in the lower 50s. For Wednesday, just partly cloudy skies. High pressure begins to build back into the Pacific Northwest. Still going to hold with about a 40% chance of rain, with highs on Wednesday again in the low 50s. And our best day of the entire forecast, the end of it, on Thursday, mostly sunny, seasonal high temperatures, with temperatures in the afternoon and highs in the mid-50s. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, 40 overnight tonight, 54 tomorrow, morning showers. Cold overnight Saturday into Sunday. Frost a possibility Sunday. Rain likely on Monday as well as Tuesday night. 52 and 53 degrees. 52 for Wednesday, and then mostly sunny Thursday with a high of 55. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more, as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
As nature does its magical change from the green of summer to the orange and red of fall, camping in your old tent isn't going to cut it anymore. It's time for you to get a great deal on a motorhome, travel trailer, or fifth wheel from Click It RV during our year-end clearance event. We need to make room for our 2023 models. Get 30% off, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and receive a lifetime warranty. Come visit us today off I-90 in Moses Lake and see big savings at Click It RV.
Hi, I'm Shyla Burgess, and as we look at the challenges facing Chelan County, we need a commissioner who will protect personal property rights, encourage economic development, and help us restore confidence in the process of building or remodeling a home or building or expanding a business. Ann Hesberg is that person. She's hardworking, honest, and I trust her completely. Please join me in voting for Ann Hesberg for Chelan County Commissioner.
Paid for by the committee to elect Ann Hesberg.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you. Houston held serve on its home field, winning Game 2 of the American League Championship Series last night, 3-2 over the Yankees. Framber Valdez earned the victory on the mound, pitching 7 innings and allowing 2 runs with 9 strikeouts. Alex Bregman did the damage offensively, snapping a scoreless tie in the bottom of the 3rd.
And Bregman sends one deep to left. It is back, and it is gone! A 3-run poke! Alex Bregman puts the Stros on the board in the 3rd inning.
Now, one thing with Bregman, 312 with runners in scoring position during the regular season and postseason. And right here, he tried to come in. Problem was, for Severino, Ronnie, he didn't get it in far enough. And Bregman, with quick hands, just pops this thing into the Crawford box.
With a jet stream out to left field. Stanton, a little tapper to the mound. Oh, Valdez dropped it, now throws wildly to first, and it gets away from Gurriel. Judge thinking about scoring. He'll be held up at 3rd. And a little rollover ground ball. That is going to get a run home. Gurriel will go to the bag. Also sends Stanton to 3rd base. So you score 1, you advance 1. Torres is trying to hit one out of the stadium. 0-2 pitch on the ground. That'll get it done. Tough play. Pena on the throw to first. Not in time. And it's an infield hit and an RBI. 1-2 now. There he goes. The pitch. Did he go? He did. It's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. And the ball game is over. Strands a runner at first. Went for the check. Couldn't get it. Swung through it. Ball game.
While the ALCS moves to Yankee Stadium over the weekend, Game 3, the NLCS is happening right now in Philadelphia. That's on FS1. Phillies and Padres are tied at a game apiece. High school football schedule got underway early last night in Sunnyside. Anthony Martinez scored on a 3-yard touchdown run before half to close the gap for Wenatchee to 14-7. Brett Baldonado connected with Noah McNair on a 62-yard touchdown pass midway through the 3rd for the only score of the 2nd half. Sunnyside topped the Panthers by a final of 20-7. Well, coming up tonight, we actually will have football, I promise. Eastmont Wildcats hosting the Eisenhower Cadets on the NCWLIFE channel. Eastmont comes into the game 3-3 overall, 3-1 in Big 9 play. Cadets 1-4 in conference play, 1-6 overall. Grant and I will have your play-by-play, the pregame at 6:30 at Wildcat Stadium. Forecast turning out much better, so thank you, Grant, for all the information on that. Other Big 9 play tonight, Moses Lake looks to clinch its 2nd consecutive regular season league title with a game at West Valley. That kicks off at 7. Davis has a non-league game tomorrow at 5:30 against Ridgeline. Caribou Trail League played tonight. Omak takes its undefeated league record into Peshastin to face the Kodiak. Chelan visits Kashmir for the Battle of the Bronze Shoe. Quincy has a non-league game at Medical Lake. Kickoff for all those games at 7 o'clock. Central Washington Athletic Conference football schedule. Othello's on the road at Kelso tonight at 6. 7 o'clock games have Ellensburg at East Valley. Ephrata hosts Prosser. Grandview is at Sela. B-League football, well, they got it going earlier today. Oroville hosting Lake Roosevelt, while Soap Lake was visiting Bridgeport. Manson travels to Okanagan tonight at 7. Entiat welcomes Waterville Mansfield, and Brewster takes on Tonasket. Les Schwab Prep girls soccer scoreboard from last night. Wenatchee topped Kashmir in Quincy 5-1 in a game that had to be moved because of the smoke. Ellensburg edged Ephrata 1-0. Chelan beat Cascade in a shootout 2-1. Omak stopped Quincy 2-0, and it was Okanagan all over Oroville 11-0. Brewster beat Lake Roosevelt 3-1. Liberty Bell popped Pateras 4-1. Bridgeport doubled up Manson by a final of 2-1. On the soccer schedule for tonight, Pateras hosting Manson. Tomorrow finds Omak at Bridgeport at 11 a.m. Okanagan is taking on Highland in the Apple Bowl here in Wenatchee at 1. Moses Lake visits Davis at 1 o'clock. Eastmont on the road at Sunnyside also at 1 p.m. Well, in prep volleyball last night, Wilson Creek beat Pateras 3-1. Soap Lake swept 3 from Cascade Christian. Waterville Mansfield took 3 straight from Etiat. Manson downed Okanagan to win the Central Washington B-League title, 3-0. Lake Roosevelt won its non-league match against Wilbur Creston, 3-2. Moses Lake and Davis played quite a match last night in senior night for the Mavericks. Moses Lake won the first 2 games, 26-24, 25-20. Pirates came storming back, took the next 2, 25-23, 25-22. The all-decisive 5th game won by the Pirates 15-8 to take the match. Eastmont had its hands full with Sunnyside last night after losing the first game 25-18. Wildcats came back to take the next 3, 25-22, 20-16. East Valley, meanwhile, handed Ephrata its second loss in CWAC play in a back-and-forth 5-game match. Final scores were 25-21, 21-25, 14-25, 25-16, and 16-14. Omak swept 3 from Quincy in CTL play 3-0. Coming up on the schedule tomorrow in volleyball, Quincy plays at Royal at 11:30 a.m. Cashmere and Chelan are in Freeman to face the Scotties and Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Etiat visits Soap Lake at 12:30. Omak hosts Waterville Mansfield at 3:30. Brewster hosts Lake Roosevelt at 6:30 tomorrow night. Wenatchee Wild finally opened the home part of their BCHL schedule tonight at the Town Toyota Center. West Kelowna has become a familiar opponent so far for Wenatchee, having faced each other twice at the Royal LePage Place. Warriors got the better of Wenatchee in the first 2 meetings. Wild hope to turn that around tonight at 7:05. Penticton in town tomorrow night for a 6 o'clock puck drop. If you want tickets, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Seattle Kraken, meanwhile, on the road in NHL play this weekend, starting tonight. Kraken are in Denver to face the Colorado Avalanche. That game 6. Saturday's travel day. Seattle will be in Chicago to face the Blackhawks Sunday morning. That is 11 o'clock our time. You can see all the action on Root Sports Northwest. College football fans here in the Northwest have to wait till tomorrow night to watch some of their favorite teams. Eastern Washington is on the road at Cal Poly at 5 o'clock. It's available to subscribers on ESPN+. Central Washington is at West Texas to face A&M at 5 o'clock. Huskies will try to make it 2 wins in a row as they'll visit Cal tomorrow night, 7:30. That's nationally broadcast on ESPN. Cougars have a bye. Seahawks are in Los Angeles to face the Chargers coming up Sunday. Justin Herbert has fought through injuries to help Los Angeles off to a 4-2 start. Seattle coach Pete Carroll says he's impressed all the way around with that former Duck.
Well, first off, he's incredible. He's an incredible athlete and player, and I've listened to him, his interviews and stuff over the off season, just trying to get to know who he is and how he handles stuff and all that. And he's a really together kid too. But I mean, immediately he reminds you of Josh Allen. That's the big guy that can move around and get outside the pocket and strike you dead. Has all the throws and all of the arm talent and strength that you would ever need. And he's a really good competitor too. I mean, just the fact that he got banged up earlier in the year and just kept fighting through it, man. That's a difficult injury that he's fought through, and so you got to give him a lot of credit on all levels.
Seattle and L.A. kickoff Sunday afternoon at 1:25 on Fox. Arizona returned 2 Andy Dalton interceptions for touchdowns before half. Cardinals beat the Saints last night, 42-34. San Francisco hosts Kansas City Sunday at 1:25, also on Fox. Rams have a bye this weekend. Have a safe and sane weekend. See you for football later. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. We'll see you in a bit. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great weekend.